you know Chinese leadership. Can you share with us your point of view on how they think about their position in the world?
They think there are two different systems, two different approaches. They would think that an autocratic and an autocratic system, they used to have a committee that would make it, but they would say it would be very much like a company. If you had a company, you have a board, you have the executive committee, and so on and so forth, and you make sure you get the leadership. And then they would say that the world should have a competition, and that throughout history, there are these competitions in all the various ways we talk about, and there's an emergence of that, and that there's an inevitability, and I think we say that there's an inevitability for a conflict, because there's a containment, and then there's a desire to expand, and it's like almost keeping a lid on a boiling pot. That's the type of situation. I can go on at length about the particulars of their thing. They have a very good historical perspective because their history has been literally 5,000 years. Like if we think of ours, they remember the particulars, and all the leaders study that, and there is a cycle that they're very conscious about. So for example, the big risk that they believe is instability. So Xi says, the big storm on the horizon. He keeps referring to the big storm on the horizon. And that relates to the conflict in the world that we're talking about. But it also relates to the fact that they've got a debt problem. They have a debt restructuring problem. And their instinct through history, the learning of history, is that during such periods of time, internal conflict is a big threat, and therefore autocracy, strong controls are the things to have. Okay, now we can explore the relative merits of that internal conflict and so on, but that's basically their perspective.